if you're watching this video, you're probably watching it on Christmas. And I hope you're having an amazing Christmas, because I know I am.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. And a Happy New Year.
What an amazing week. It's been super busy and we have been selling tons of great stuff. Thank God we have an amazing restock this week. The counters are completely full. Lots of good stuff. I cannot wait to show you guys. But before we do that, I want to show you guys a few things in the store. We've been hard at work making some changes. We're trying to make the store better. I'm trying to make the store better every single day, and I'm always thinking of new things to do. This is the latest thing we've done. This is our plush wall. Here, let me back up so you can see it. It is pretty stacked right now. We did sell a few today. I filled some of the holes, but we're going to keep this stacked at all times. These cabinets right here are going to be going away because we ordered some different ones. As you can see right here, it's really tight and we can barely open that door. So what we're doing is we ordered 3 more cabinets like this. So we're going to have the really nice big ones up here. They're going to be higher, and we're going to have a little extra room on the end so that can be shopped more comfortably. But yeah, on to this though. If some of you didn't see our last video or haven't been in the store, we have new cabinets over here. And this whole area is different now. So this right here is where you would come if you want to do a trade-in. Sell your games here. That is not a checkout station. On a Saturday when we're super busy, we may direct people over here to check them out. But on your typical day-to-day, your checkout station is going to be right in the middle like it always has been. But these cabinets are really nice. The lighting, not the greatest, so we're still working on that. I'm going to come up with some lighting solutions. I do have something temporarily up here to illuminate it better, but work in progress. Be patient with us. I know these aren't arranged perfectly yet. We know we're working on it. We're testing things out. Yeah, so back here is where we do all of the buys. And we have all of this amazing area. Look at all this floor space we have back here. This is a game changer for us when we're doing buys, because we used to do buys over in that corner. I'm sure you've seen us. And we had about 1/10 of the amount of room that we have over here. So it's really, really nice when we get large buys. Like we had a few large buys today, and we're able to just put them on the floor and spread out, and it's making our lives way easier. So I'm really happy with that decision. And yeah, like I said, we're going to have these glass cases on the wall. If you come in for Restock Saturday, it may already be done. According to the company that I ordered them from, they're being delivered on Friday, which is kind of making me nervous because I think Friday is going to be super busy the day after Christmas, and we also have to restock that night. So wish me luck, but by the time you come in on Saturday, if they get delivered on time, these will be replaced with brand new beautiful cabinets. I think that's all I got for store updates. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. So we have a huge restock. The way I did the restock this week, you're probably going to question the order that everything's in. It probably won't make complete sense, because normally I'll do like all Nintendo and then all PlayStation and then all Xbox. Everything's in a very particular order. I will tell you why at the end of the video. So you have to stay for the entire video to see why, but let's go check it out. Okay, let's go check everything out. So we are going to ignore this counter for right now because I ran out of room. But we're going to start right here. So everything, I'm talking just games, not the back wall stuff, like the systems, all of these games are in a very particular order. And I will tell you at the end of the video why. So, looks like we are starting off with Switch and Switch 2. And we are starting off very strong. Oh man, look at this. It is a brand new copy. There's a part of me that wants to take that home and give it a try, but I've never liked the Prime games. So I am going to wait for a used copy to come in because I don't want to open a new one. But yeah, some Switch 2, some limited run, Doom 64. This is a really good game. Then we have Night Trap. Everybody needs a copy of Night Trap. Lots of great stuff. And that is all Switch. And then we have some collector sets back here. It sure looks like an id Software fan traded in a bunch of stuff. This is really cool. Far Cry Blood Dragon. It's like a... Let's look at the back. They're trying to make it in the style of that like late 70s, early 80s like Star Wars toys.
Right.
I'll put like a Google image of what this whole set looks like. It's really cool. This is a game I've always wanted to play. I hear it's really cool. But yeah, the game is in there. This is Quake, the Ultimate Edition. That box is amazing. I'm a big Quake fan. Quake 2, the original Quake, Doom Eternal. This is Quake 2, the Doom Anthology. Lots of cool stuff. All right, next we went from Switch and Switch 2. Now we're going to the Wii. This one we never see. Whenever we get it, it sells immediately. Good stuff. We've probably sold 25 copies of Wii Sports in the past 2 weeks. All right, what do we have here? These are just kind of random. This is like a NES Holy Diver.
Holy diver, you're the star of the masquerade. No need to look so afraid.
I believe this was like a Famicom game. It looks a lot like Castlevania. I've never played it. It looks super cool. And this is the R-Type collection for Super Nintendo. Then we have a beautiful box Dreamcast. Don't forget the Miracle Piano. It works with the Macintosh. I believe the NES cart is in here. Isaiah did the buy for this. I wasn't here, but he showed me some pictures and everything, and the NES cart was here. Dead Space Collector's Edition. That thing is massive. All right, back to the system games. PS2. What do we have? These are some really good games. Games that we need really bad because holiday shopping has been clearing us out. So being able to add all this back into the store, oh, it's such a relief. All right, a little more PS2. Then we move on to the Xbox 360. All right, this doesn't really make any sense. Why am I going in this order? Does anyone know why yet? Let me know in the comments if you figured it out by now. 360. Good stuff here. Really good stuff. The Spider-Man games. We always need the Spider-Man games. And then this is just random stuff. Systems. An original Xbox. We haven't had one in weeks. This thing is cool. Look at that box art. This is for the Japanese Mega Drive, the like arcade stick. Kirby Air Riders Amiibo. All right, next we have handhelds. This is not part of like the order of games for systems. I just needed to fill some space. So what do we have? A Vita, 3DS, a DS Lite, a Game Boy Pocket. We don't see those very often. Game Boy Advance. A Retroid Pocket 5. This is the ROG Ally X. And this thing is, it's pretty much like brand new. It looks like the person barely ever played it. It comes with a case and there's like a protective sleeve in the case. That's all factory set, ready to go. This is the older ROG Ally. And then here is another just random thing. I was out and about and I found some Pokemon cards. Pokemon cards are impossible to find. They usually sell out immediately. But I was able to grab these right here. They were $6.99 a pack. No, I'm not marking them up. I'm putting them at what I bought them at. So I know people want these and they're hard to get. So I just grabbed them. They're going to be in the case by the Pokemon cards at what I paid for them. I'm not marking them up. So I'm sure they'll sell fast. All right. And Nintendo 64 is next. So we went from Switch, Wii, PS2, 360. Now we're on to Nintendo 64. And we have some very, very good Nintendo 64 games this week. Like, very good Nintendo 64 games. I am very excited about all of these titles because everybody wants 64 stuff right now. You know why? Because of this. Everyone has received their analog 3Ds that were able to get them, and now they want games. And yes, we have another one going out that will be available Saturday morning. We did the Jungle Green one last week. Now we got a watermelon going out. I believe the person that got it, I think they got here at 8 a.m. and they waited. I think he had a lawn chair. I can't remember. He was probably playing his Switch. But he deserved it because, yeah, 8 o'clock. That's a 3-hour wait. So is somebody going to be here at 8 o'clock again for that? I don't know. But if they are, they deserve it. And then there's Jack Black Soccer.
I ate some grass. I used my hand to wipe my tears.
Gex 3 Deep Cover. And there's the Nintendo 64 stuff. All right. What do we have next? PS4. This seems very random. And then PS5. We got some good titles there. Astrobot. Turok. I love Turok. And Doom the Dark Ages. I haven't played that one yet. Okay, what do we have next? We have Super Nintendo, Chrono Trigger. The label's not amazing, so I did reduce the price. Super Metroid, Punch-Out. Another Demon's Crest? What is going on? So this one got traded in. The person that traded it in upgraded their copy, I guess. I did not do the transaction, but I mean, this one's really nice too. It's not as nice as the other one, but that one's nice. All right, Super Nintendo, Xbox Series. Not Xbox One, Xbox Series stuff. And then we have a Series expansion card. And then the GameCube. Can anybody see a pattern yet? Some solid GameCube titles. What do we got over here? Double Dash and Mario Party 4. And then a Game Boy player with the disc. All right. Next up, DS. Just DS, not 3DS. Some good games there. Pokemon, and Diddy. PS3. Solid titles. Xbox One. PS1. PS1's next. Next up, Game Boy Advance. These are nice. These are in really nice shape. Monster Bass Fishing. That's a London game. All right, next up, the NES. Look at this, that beautiful, beautiful Battletoads. Oh, I want that so bad. We really need NES stuff. What do we have? Yeah, these are the titles that we need. We need Mega Mans, we need Contras, Metroids, Turtles. That's the stuff everyone's buying. Next, PSP. We only have 2. And then OG Xbox. And then after the OG Xbox is the Sega CD. And we got some good ones here. After Sega CD, the Dreamcast. All right, that is not everything. We have more over there, but before I show you that, the rest of the stuff in the restock is not part of the order of why I had everything like that. So what I did is I went into my sales and I sorted everything by category. So I did the best selling category, and then I would do like number 1 was Switch and Switch 2. Number 2 was Wii, then it was PS2, and that was for the month of December. And then 360, Nintendo 64, PS4, PS5, Super Nintendo, Xbox Series, GameCube, DS, PS3, Xbox One, Game Boy Advance, NES, PSP, original Xbox, Sega CD, and then Sega Dreamcast. There were some other things that were in those sales. We just didn't have anything going out in the restock. Like, we didn't have any 3DS, which that was honestly pretty low on the list. A lot of times our sales aren't reflective on what sells great. Like, we didn't have any Genesis in this restock, but Genesis also was very low on the list, and we always have a ton of it. It just doesn't sell well, but we sell a ton of NES. So if we had a huge stock of NES, it would have been way higher on that list, but we just don't have a lot, so that's why it's down here. But I thought it was pretty interesting to organize it like that. We've been selling a ton of Wii and a ton of Switch because it's Christmas time. Wii isn't always number 2, but it's usually pretty high, but I thought it'd be interesting to do it like that. All right, the rest of the stuff is here. Let's just look at it. We have Atari 5200, which I don't think we sold a single Atari 5200 game this month because I don't think we even have any in the store. But now we do. Maybe this will be the best seller next month. I doubt it because we would need to get a ton more of it. But pretty cool to see. This stuff only comes in like big waves. Like this. All right, next we have, what do we have, 3DO. Look at those beautiful big boxes. And then just some Atari stuff and some Odyssey 2 stuff. And then some controllers. That's a special edition. That's a 3DO controller. A couple of GameCube ones and Nintendo 64 ones. And some Pokemon guides. Well, that is everything that is going out this Saturday. We have a lot of really good stuff. So I'm imagining we're going to have a line. We're going to have a lot of people. They want to spend their gift cards. They want to, you know, maybe they didn't get what they wanted for Christmas. So I think it's going to be a super busy weekend. I think next week's restock will be the last restock of 2025. What I'm thinking about doing for that restock is I'm going to do the same order like I did here, but instead of for the month of December, it'll be for the sales of 2025. Let me know if you want to see that. I can do that next week. But other than that, I hope everyone has a great holiday, and we'll see you on Saturday.